A Lisantia Beastbane fusion is ending in exactly 2 days, and here comes a batch of new events in Raid Shadow Legends to keep the player base entertained and engaged. You might like this one, you might not. So I want to take a closer look at these events that are launching in-game right now, right before we finish the fusion. By the way, if you've not done your fusion yet, like I said, you have 2 days left, but you might want to wait until Tuesday, which is just gonna be tomorrow. So Tuesday, tomorrow is the best day to do the fusion because it does align with the upcoming CVCS that has no personal rewards, by the way. So you see the logo in here. Oh, it's already here. 21 hours right here. So once the CVC launches tomorrow, you can start, doing all your crazy fusion stuff that you need to do to complete that fusion. If you're the 1% of players who went for this fusion for some reason, maybe you are bored or you had the resources. So anyways, that's the first piece of information I wanted to put out right here. If you do not come here and click the fuse button by this timer running out, you will miss out on the chance to fuse this legendary champion, which a lot of people are calling mid at best. But then you might also want to wait until tomorrow when that CVC starts, to go over there and start fusing all the epic fragments you've picked up so far for Yuzan. So Yuzan, the 4 copies of Yuzan, I'm still holding on to it until that CVC kicks off. It's not a CVC with personal rewards, but your clan might also want to meet the maximum points or have a point requirement for even non-PRO CVC. So that's an easy way to get it done if you've not already done it. A champion training is also launching right now as part of that community week event, so that you can go in there and level up all the 4 copies of Yuzan to 5-star and level 50 and get some champion training rewards along the way while you get them ready to fuse into the legendary Lisantia Beastbane. So I'll be doing that tomorrow, Tuesday, once the CVC launches. For now, I'm not touching any of these fusion activities until tomorrow, but you might want to set an alarm so you don't forget, or a reminder, something, because if you miss it tomorrow, it's gonna be ending on Wednesday and you'll not have a chance to get it done. That's the first piece of information that I've put on my notepad right here. The next piece of information is the free gear removal a lot of players are waiting for or are expecting is finally here. You can find it, even this one, they announced it in game, including the event ending announcement. They announced it. This free gear removal allows you to swap gear from champions and put new gear on them without paying that costly fee for removing gear from champions and accessories. Now they like to call accessories gear these days, I don't know why, but anyways, gear refers to artifacts and accessories. 100% free gear removal is going on, and it will last all the way till 21st. No, today is 21st. It's starting 21st. It will last all the way till when? 2 whole weeks. For 2 whole weeks. Monday. Normally this type of gear removal lasts only what? 3 days, 4 days, 5 days? 21st. That's something is fishy right here. Something is really strange about this free gear removal. And I'll tell you why I feel it's fishy. Is it that they are about to also launch this new game mode, or more difficult game mode of Faction Wars hard mode that will allow swap gear? Why is it lasting for 2 weeks? I feel like gear removal lasting for 2 weeks I've never really seen this. It's already in game right there. 1 week and 6 days. So what do we do with all our free gear removal items we've been getting from Sintranos? 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Free gear removal everywhere. Well, it's a good one. It's a welcome one. It's something the community has been asking for a lot, because you might have the gear to level up your artifact and accessories, but you sometimes don't have the silver to swap champions in and out, and being lazy enough to not swap may pay that cost to make you use substandard builds, or not want to even fight or beat one content because you don't have the silver to swap out the gear. So if you've been holding on to a time where you have to change all your champions gear, this might be the time. This week and next week, all the way to May 5th. So I didn't even see that when I started recording this video. I thought it's going to be a normal gear removal of 4-5 days, but this is crazy. Gear removal for an entire... Is this the standard now, Raid? Don't spoil us now and then take it away, and then we expect it's not, and then we can no longer get it again. And then Anyways, that's the next piece of information. I did not know it's lasting for 2 whole weeks, but I like it. I like it a lot. But I'm thinking something huge is coming that will require us to swap gear out a lot. That's why they're bringing this. Normally, it comes. This free gear removal started because of causticity. It came with causticity rotation. Once you begin to get to these difficult levels of hard, that's why they launched it, so you can easily swap gear amongst your champions you're using to beat this type of content. So those are the players it usually benefits, or players who are trying to beat clan boss teams or other teams. You hold on until gear removal comes up. But this one, you have a lot of free time to get it done. So let me know in the comments if you'll be gearing all your champions in terms of your arena champions, new teams for your dungeons, or you just focus on endgame content like Cintranos, or if they eventually launch this faction war hard mode during this period. So like I said, the fusion after the fusion is here. By that, what I call it the fusion after the fusion, because right after you complete a fusion like this, if you went for it, you're supposed to begin to save some resources for the next big thing that is coming up in raid. In terms of your silver, your energy, your shards, everything has to be saved. Energy pots, tunnel has to be saved. But here comes a bunch of events that will most likely make you not want to save, makes you want to go into it. Now, before you go into it, this one is called the Community Week Titan event, and this one feels like it's community-based event, but we are going to spend resources, and that's what everybody has been complaining about when they tag something community week. It's not something where we have to spend a ton of resources just like a normal fusion or just like a normal event. It should be a little bit different. I think the only thing community-based about this community week was the fact that we get a vote and we get a free champion during this login, daily login rewards, right? Not this one, the calendar. Reward calendar. So this is the main thing that is all about. All the other things that comes with this community week as normal things in game, you have to spend resources on. But giving all these resources to you and giving you a free legendary champion, that's community based. Allowing you to vote for a relic that we all get as a community, that's community based. All the other things that are tagged with this community week, it just seems like normal things they have to also benefit from, because they have to keep the game afloat for some reason. So that's the way I see this community week event, this Titan event. Before I even click it to even see what it's all about, I can already tell I'm not gonna like it. I see the champion 5-star soul right there, split soul this time around. So that means along the way from milestone 1, 2, 3, 4, you will be getting different split souls for the champion. So whether you can get 1-star, 2-star, especially for newer players, getting a 1-star, 2-star soul for a champion is going to be useful for sure. But for endgame players who are looking at this, you already went for the fusion or you don't have resources, should you be saving for the next big thing? Totally skip out on this one. Purposely miss out on events. Stop at milestone 4. Don't even bother to push for milestone 5. Miss out on the mythical skill tome. There are a ton of resources. Don't just think the only thing you're picking up right here is the 5-star soul. There are other resources along the way. I see one where is it? I see one primal shard right here. So there are things I need obviously from this, not just the 5-star soul. But normally it all depends on the type of events, how much shards you have to pull, how much energy you have to spend, and how many events you have to complete. They've given the points breakdown right here that we will need to earn a total of 1,500 points from all these events that we split into 2 weeks and 21 days, 2 weeks event. The first week and the second week, it will split into 2. Right now we have in the calendar in Play Run Play the first batch of events. So if you want to take a look at it, all that is coming this first batch of events, go to your homepage on PC Play Run Play and click the calendar. You find all the things that are currently launched for this community week right now. You can take a closer look at them. They all have the logo that shows that Titan points right here, the events that you have to complete. So take a closer look at them. There is Classic Arena, there's Fire Knight, there is Dungeon Divers, of course, Summon Rush, another Summon Rush. Yes, right after we just did some crazy Summon Rushes for this fusion, here comes another Summon Rush. Where is the Champion Chase? Because that usually makes us not summon our shards. We know different ways to complete Champion Chase besides summoning shards, but it's not coming. So we see a Fire Knight, a Spider. I think this Spider has already launched right now, today 21st. So there are different things that are going on, but I'm not going to start the Spider until tomorrow's Dungeon Divers. I can see Dungeon Divers is starting 22nd, so Spider has to hold on until Dungeon Divers kicks off before we can use those two to get the same point. And of course the Fire Knight can also be used along with these Dungeon Divers. I don't want to draw lines across this one. It's not a fusion calendar, but I have to keep this one in first of all. When you look at the 5-star soul for a champion, a lot of people will go all out and get this 5-star soul, 4-star soul. As a free-to-play player, I don't place a character, this champion called what's his name? I forgot his name. This champion right now, I don't put him in the same level as his 5-star soul. So if you have to weigh them, I will weigh the champion higher than the 5-star soul. So if I have to spend a ton of resources to get the champion, then a ton of resources to get the soul, I will always go for the champion instead and use him without the soul or a 1-star soul. So careful not to spend all the resources you would normally use to get a champion on a 5-star soul. That's what I'm trying to say. So I always try to strike that balance, knowing in my mind that a 5-star soul is not equivalent to a champion, especially for this champion like this, which we're all getting for free right now. If you go into your fragment portal and if you've been logging in daily to claim all those fragments, you find him right here. Ator is his name. And we currently have 50 fragments, or I currently have 50 fragments. I don't know. Everybody should have 50 fragments. I don't think I've missed out on any. And if I click right here, you have to go over his skills again to find out whether he's worth that 5-star soul or 4-star soul based on what he does in your team. We'll see a support character right here that I heard he doesn't need accuracy. So a support character doesn't need accuracy. Most people might not want to go for his 5-star soul. That's just honest. And it's not a damage dealer, so most players might not be even interested in his 4-star soul, which is supposed to unlock a ton of crit damage normally for damage dealers. So on his A1 he heals all allies by 5%, so it's a skill that we just use to heal us. His places increase attack, strengthen, fills his champion's storm meter, fills all allies storm meter by 15%. No accuracy required for this skill also, and a revive. So it feels like this champion on his own is already good. I mean, there are blessings obviously that he can use to add to the team and help us, because he does have a speed aura in the arena, and you can have that that blessing would normally put on speed and champions like Arbiter or anything like that on him, if you don't have any other of them having that blessing on your team. So that's also a good one, but it's not a champion that desperately needs a 4-star soul or a 3-star soul or a 5-star soul. From his kit that I'm seeing right here, any new player will benefit so much from him. Now, Brimstone, that's also one blessing a lot of newer players use in the early game. But since you're not building accuracy on this champion at 3-star, 4-star, 2-star, you will not get out those Brimstone procs from this champion. That's not a blessing to put on him at all. So there are many other blessings you could put on him, but I don't feel like the top blessings would fit well on him that we normally see in game. So his 5-star soul is not essential. That's what I'm trying to say in my personal opinion. Now that I've given you that breakdown, will I still be going for him? Yes, because I cannot be sitting right here and looking at a spider event launching and not take full advantage of it. I will be doing the champion training by taking my 4 epic champions from this fusion that is going on right now for Beastbane to 5-star. That will give me some champion training points. So this spider is turn attack, and I have my fast spider team with my Gnot and Acrisia and Hex in hard spider to knock it down immediately with only 3,800 points. No real need to go the extra mile for 5,700, except you're chasing extra hard for that dungeon divers. Now take note that you can't skip 250 Titan points, because the entire 2 weeks will give us 1,750 Titan points. So you can skip out on an entire 250, but this might not be the first one to skip. Spider is definitely not. I don't see the dungeon divers yet, so we'll have to wait to see how crazy that dungeon divers will be, whether that will be your first skip or the summon rush will be your first skip. The summon rush is also not in game, right? Yes? No, it's not in game yet. But when it is in game, you have to see whether that summon rush might be my first skip. Normally, usually that summon rush is my first skip, because right after we just done during a summon rush like this, another one coming up will not have a 2x. It will be a normal 15x. This summon rush, it will be a normal 15x, and if you know anything about 15x, I don't like to go for them. So this might be the first one. I don't care whether it has 100 Titan points, 150, I will skip the entire summon rush, and hopefully when that champion chase comes up in the upper week or something, because this is the Friday. This summon rush is coming up a Friday, and I'm gonna skip it entirely. Looking forward to the upper champion chase that will come up. Maybe that's when I'll summon my shards, because I love 2x more than this 15x events that has no boosted rate of getting legendaries or anything. So some are speculating that it might have to do with a special event that makes us not want to skip it at all. Is there any other event that I'm not seeing right here in the calendar? Ooh, some are still hiding. A deck of fate. A deck of fate. That one up here, you have to flip cards. That card flipping event where sometimes it might be to fight dungeon divers, sometimes it might be champion training, sometimes it might be artifact enhancement, always mixed up with summoning shards. It might also include summoning shards, but if there are, maybe there are up to 3 summoning shards in this entire event, we don't know yet, but I hope it's only 2. First summon rush we are seeing, and there's no way the deck of fate is a summoning shard right after. Let's see when it's falling. When is this deck of fate coming? Is it too soon? Right after the summon rush? It's on a Sunday. It's on a Sunday, so I don't think there will be a summon rush right here, and then the deck of fate now also has shard summoning inside. So this might be what do you call that thing now? Soul stone summoning, because it doesn't feel like they'll have a summon rush standing on its own. You summon it, finish, and then on Sunday they bring another summoning event into it. They are not that cruel to do it back-to-back shard summoning. No, it might not have anything to do with shard summon, in my opinion. So yeah, right after I told you guys to be careful of this event and that you don't need it, now I'm saying that I'm breaking it down for you. Seeing if you do want to go for it, you might want to take wise decisions like that. Anything that requires you to spend gems and energy, if you have it, spend it, like the spider, dungeon divers. Anything that requires to fence silver, like artifact enhancement, do it. Do a gear cleanse. But anything that requires to summon shards, that you have to take closer look at that, because if you do go for all the shard opening event, you might never have enough to go for the next big thing, for the next fusion in the month of May, which should be good, because right after a fusion is May, the next fusion is supposed to be better than this in the month of May that is coming. So if you skipped out on this fusion and been saving up resources for the month of May fusion, don't let this event drain you of those resources. So that's my disclaimer right here in this video. Is there any other event that are going on in Raid that I need to be aware of besides CVC that has no personal rewards, the fusion that is ending, and this community weeks Titan event, champion training, gear enhancement? I got that one done during the fusion. Dungeon divers tomorrow will start with that spider. I think that's all I wanted to break down in this video. Shout out to everybody who are the winners of this 540 gems and 1 ancient shard giveaway that happened yesterday live on stream. So if you missed that stream, they are the winners right here. Ade, Mike, Deflectia, Barak, and Femi. Congrats to you. Your names have been sent over to Premium to give you your 540 gems and 1 ancient shard once they return from their Easter holidays. Alright, make sure you like, subscribe for more daily Raid Shadow Legends content, and let me know in the comments what you think about this Community Titan and week event that is coming up, that is going on right now. Are you just gonna pick 1 star, 2 star, 3 star and be done with it, or you're one of those who feel like this champion will benefit so much from the 5-star soul that you go all out for it because you have the resources, the time, or you feel like you're definitely gonna use him? I'm not really keen on using him, but I like all the other resources I see along the way. So there's the mythical skill tome and the primal shards that are trying to make me go all the way to the 5-star soul. But let's see. I will go along with it because I have the resources. But if anything gets too difficult along the way, you'll see me stopping at my stone 4. So, but for now, I'm all in for it. I'm happy about it. But I'll not summon a bunch of shards during a summon rush that doesn't deserve it, that has no boosted rates. Later, guys.